because it's going to be a Monday. Not for me, though, because I work 7 days a week. But I know a lot of people had a weekend off, and I'm so glad that you chose to end it by hanging out with me and my beautiful wife, Jax. Jax is in the building. Jax, say hello.
Hello, and welcome.
Yes, we are kicking it here. Had a great week. I had some life-changing, life-saving stuff happen this week. As you can probably tell, because I am not sitting here, or I am sitting here instead of sitting in a jail cell,
I was like, wait,
eating
what?
bologna sandwiches, smelling dude ass. I don't like the smell of dude ass. I like the smell of Jack's ass. So, I was facing anywhere from 30 days to a year locked up. Charges from back in 2013 that I very much did, and I was given probation for it, and I very much didn't complete my probation. Luckily, because of the way that I approached it, because of mercy from the district attorney, the prosecutor, and the judge, I was given community service instead of having to be locked up, which was very, very cool, man. The prosecutor said to me that he had not seen somebody take accountability on the level that I'd taken accountability before, and he knew that I had very large channels on social media. So what he asked me to do was he asked me to just let everybody know that this outcome was because I took accountability for my actions, which is something they don't see in court very often. It's something they don't see when you go in to see your probation officer very often. And I've been preaching that for a long time because accountability has been the key to me, to my freedom, to my recovery, to my success as a human being. I have to take accountability for my faults to be able to take the reins and change those things. So I've just been on a cloud this whole week, ever since, Wednesday. Wednesday morning, I found this out, expecting to be in jail for a while. I have a ton of content that I've banked that Jax was going to be releasing. Jax was going to be doing some lives to give you guys updates. Jax was ready to go.
I was ready. I was going to come hang out with you guys on lives. Now I'm back here hiding behind the camera like normal.
Corrupt, great to see you. I would like to start this off by thanking every single person in this community who continues to support, who continues to hang out, who continues to be positive and just an amazing part of me and Jax's life. And I would also like to thank the mods who are just nonstop in here working, keeping this a chill place for us all to kick it. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. Investory, I'm super blessed. I have the most amazing woman in my life. And like, just to be perfectly honest with you, I would not be where I am today without her. So I have been super blessed to have such an incredible partner. I 100% acknowledge that all the way to the chest, dog. If y'all can't tell, since it's mirrored screen, it says Jax right across my chest. It was as close to my heart as I could get it. So, I love you guys. Corrupt, big salute to you, homie. I just wanted to hang out, man. You know, it's been so busy and so hectic and so stressful around here lately that I just wanted to get back to some basics of just hanging out with the community, taking some questions. So if anybody has any questions, man, I would love to just talk with y'all. Glad the prosecutor was awesome. K9 Geep, I probably butchered your name. I'm sorry. That prosecutor, I've truly never had a prosecutor in court. The attorney for the state, whose job it is to, they rack up points by, how long they've had people incarcerated and stuff like that. This prosecutor truly wanted to see just justice and what was best for the community. And that was so absolutely incredible to see. He was so cool, and I loved that so much. TBJ Reptiles, love you, family. Thank you so much. Let's see.
Didn't you have a question for them?
Oh, okay, I have a question for you guys as well. Okay, so look, we got this dog, Zero, our Boston terrorist.
It's both of them.
It's both of them, really. But we got, I think Zero's a better test subject because we got him when he was 8 weeks old. Jax picked him up, brought him home. I was getting a tattoo. I have been a part of this dog's life for everything except a couple of hours that Jax met him first, and I've been there the whole time.
And all vet appointments too.
He does not listen to me for anything. He does not. I'm his dad. I'm the one who plays with him. I'm the one who takes him out to go to the bathroom at least 50% of the time. I wipe his little ass with a wet wipe when he comes back in. You know what I'm saying? Because our dogs have nubs, not tails. And so, it's like this, and it kind of covers their butt. So you got to wipe them and make sure they don't get doo-doo on your couch and your shit. And, I do all that stuff. He cuddles with me at night at least 50% of the time. You know what I'm saying? But he won't listen to me. But I'll be like, Zero, come. Come on, boy. Jax will just be like, Zero.
Yeah, they both.
Zero, come. And he, she's brainwashed him, man.
It's
a cult. It's the cult of Jax. And I think I've been brainwashed too. Because if she says, hey, babe, come here. I'm like, is my wife a witch?
But it's not just come. They know all of their commands. They have a whole bunch of commands.
Only if you say them. Only if you say them.
Well.
Days Around Florida, would you ever consider doing a sit-down interview with Sheriff Judd? That would be awesome. Days Around Florida, it is actually incredible that you mentioned that at this point in time, because I actually just got followed back by the Polk County Sheriff's Office official TikTok page after I did a video asking Sheriff Judd to get involved in arresting Lily Tino for the illegal trespassing that she was doing within women's restrooms in Disney World and taking pictures in the women's restroom with children in the background, which is also illegal in the state of Florida. And next thing I know, the sheriff's office followed me back. Now, my good friend Chris Hansen is good friends with Sheriff Grady Judd, and they do busts together. I would love the opportunity to sit down and talk to Grady Judd. I think that the way that he does policing is absolutely dope. And I would love to see us sit down and have a talk from, an ex-criminal to probably one of the most famous sheriffs on the face of the planet. Am I still vape free? Kimberly, I absolutely am. 100%.
We both are.
No deadbeat dog dad here. Abby, facts on that. How do you feel about false rape accusations? I think that's an important question because we talk here a lot about how people that do non-consensual pee-pee stuff to other people deserve the wood chipper. But what about when somebody's falsely accused and we know that it happens? We have plenty of proof and examples of it happening. And I think that whoever makes a false accusation like that, you're ruining somebody's life, man. I think they should get the same exact consequences that the person would have gotten if they were convicted of the crime they were falsely accused of. I think that, you are trying to take somebody's life away from them. You're trying to take their freedom away from them. You're ruining their reputation. Even once it's been proven that the person didn't do it, there's still a lot of people out there that says that will have questions about that person. It changes the direction of that person's life in such a negative way. I would like to see them get the same, at least legal consequences that person would get. Facts. That's my opinion. What do you guys think? Holly, not the dad, you are the spare human. That's what I'm saying, sis. I'm the spare human. I'm the you'll do if mom's busy.
They both love you.
I know they do. I'm the one with 0 tattooed on my leg. And I'm going to go get Moxie next week. And it's going to be glorious.
I'm going to get them tattooed on me. I was just waiting for the right idea. Now that I have it.
Yeah. Is 0 named after Jack Skellington's dog?
No.
I'm going to let Jax answer this, my good friend John.
0 is named after Smashing Pumpkins. not Nightmare Before Christmas.
That song 0? Yeah. Dogs just have their favorite person. That's facts. And honestly, Jax is my favorite person too, so I understand it. We are mere peasants to our pets. Not Jax. It's crazy, bro. Belle P said, love what you're doing and what you stand for. Much love, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, fam. Let's see, where are we at here? Congratulations on your freedom, brother. Rufus the Doofus, thank you. I love your name. I appreciate you. False accusation should be life in prison. I mean, I don't ever see people get life in prison for sexual assault charges. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I think if they can concretely prove it, that it should be very severe consequences. My only fear is that it's already so hard for people who've been victimized to come forward. You need to concretely prove that they did it knowingly and with malice, in my opinion. And then it's honestly, it's whatever the fuck, as far as I'm concerned. Hey, Super Korean, what's up, my dude? Did you know that the Department of Defense has always employed more K through 12 teachers than the Department of Education ever has? That's why the Department of Education is worthless. Also, at least your dog doesn't slap you across the chest like mine does. I did not know that. I would be very interested to know more about that. My dog might not slap me across the chest, but Moxie puked across my stomach the other day. Literally on the floor. Dad, can I come up? And I'm like, come here, baby. And I have to help her up because I'm sitting on the couch, right? And she's a French bulldog and she's got little paws, little legs. So I help her up and she goes right up on my stomach and just across my bare. I had no shirt on, my G. Just uked on me. And this woman just starts cackling. Just like this. Just like this. Jasper Daddy Falcor, what was it like waking up that first day realizing you are truly free? You know, honestly, and I've thought a lot about this because I did a video talking about how I think this is the first time in my adult life that I've been truly free, whether it be from addiction, which is truly more enslaving, for me at least, than being incarcerated. I can tell you I would rather be sober and locked up than be out here strung out. Because like there's a soul and spiritual element to being enslaved to little bags of powder and pills and shards. But I really got to thinking about it. And honestly, I feel like I've been living under captivity since I was 6 years old and I was molested by a grown-up. And I feel free from that as well. So I really feel like this is the most free that I've been since I was a child, man. Since my innocence was taken from me. And I may not have my innocence, but I'm truly free. Like there's no one renting space in my head. There's no one taking away from my soul and my heart. I don't owe, visits to a PO every month. I'm not locked up. I don't have to make a call first thing in the morning so that I can get something so that I can smoke it or snort it or boof it to feel okay. And it's just an incredible feeling. Like freedom is incredible and I'm never going to take my freedom for granted again. I abused my freedom and I lost it in so many different ways. And I just want to encourage everybody, find your peace, find your freedom and value it. Dirty Miner Apparel, what is up, homie? Glad to see you're free, bro. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much. Big love and respect to you. JD, do any of your tattoos tell a story about you? Thanks, big guy. I think that all of my tattoos tell a story about me. Maybe not like a very cognitive story because for a long time I was just a mess. You know what I'm saying? But I have a tattoo for my mom. I have Graves' initials tattooed over here. I have the Celtic cross is for my dad. My strong Irish roots with my dad. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of different things. I have Jack's tattooed on my chest. I think that, as a whole, the bear relates to living in the Pacific Northwest, growing up in California, living in Oregon. The alligator is my Florida. Florida is embedded in my DNA now. I lived there for 10 years. Florida is a place like no other. And I absolutely am in love with Florida. There's a lot of different things. Yo, Irish Bomb Squad, what's up, homeboy? Good to see you, man. Big love and respect to you. 916, dog. My wife's Chihuahua Pomeranian was scared of human males. I've literally scared the shit out of that dog. So when Moxie first came to us, she was clearly neglected and abused. She was a rescue. And she was from a very non-ethical, abusive breeder. And so she was kind of like iffy about dudes, and now she's kind of a daddy's girl as long as Jax isn't around, because she's Jax's girl if Jax is around.
Yeah.
Bad name idol. Not a question, but go stream JD's music. Homie, thank you so much. Love you. For anybody who doesn't know, I have a plethora of music on Spotify. A lot of different styles, a lot of different stuff. The Wood Chipper song, of course. A little throwback to that sort of early 2000s new metal type shit, that rap new metal type feel. And in fact, speaking of 90s and early 2000s, 90s, early 2000s, JD would be quivering with what I have right here. I just got these. They are my celebration shoes. These are old school DCs in my favorite color. Look at those, y'all. Would you look at those? The size 13s, my G. It's so hard to find shoes in this color for dudes.
It's hard to find them for women too. I was so mad they didn't have my size available. They were all sold out.
But finding them in that color and in my size is crazy. TN Tucker, what's up, Tucker? I remember last time I called you Trucker. I apologize for that. What's up, my guy? As a recovering 10-year math addict who's been sober for 4 years now, who also spent time inside, you spit the truth. Much love. Much love right back to you, brother. I'm so proud of you. 10 years is incredible. Thank you for blazing the path that I'm following in your footsteps right now, my dude. Big love. I do have a Boston Terrier too, Tri-Pacer. Absolutely. We have a French Bulldog that was a rescue, and a Boston Terrier that just came from, like, this dude owned a Boston Terrier, his favorite dog of his life, and he just wanted a puppy. So he bred his girl one time and let people get the puppies to just, like, collectively cover the vet bills, because we didn't have Boston Terrier money. Those are expensive dogs. And
I tried to find one through a rescue group too. I tried so hard and there were just none available. I found one.
Howie with the hat.
I loved him so much. He was a 10-year-old senior with a lot of health issues.
He was blind, he was incontinent, and we already had a blind Jack Russell Terrier that had been my service animal for 13 years. We couldn't have two blind dogs running around the house, bro, bumping into each other all the time. It would have been a bad deal.
Yeah, I really fell in love with Howie with the hat, though. I did. And I think what sealed it for me for the Bostons, we had this neighbor that had a Boston Terrier that was also 10 years old named Bowser, and he would just get out. He was an escape artist. And he would always get out of the house and come straight to me. He'd come looking for me, and he was my buddy. We would hang out together. And when I lost my Lulu, I was absolutely devastated. And Bowser was coming and finding me on a daily basis. And Bowser really got me through the first couple months. So when I was ready to have my next dog, I was truly looking for a Boston Terrier, because they're just so funny, and it's hard to be in your feelings when a Boston Terrier is being ridiculous around you. So it just kind of came together. One of my best friends was like, hey, your old neighbor has this litter of puppies, and they were all spoken for, but this one it fell through, and now he's available. Are you interested? And I was like, yes. So. Yeah,
and he's a great dog. I love him to death. Amanda Covington, thank you so much, sis. Appreciate you. JD, for Canadian Prime Minister, our judicial system needs the wood chipper system. I wish, man. They won't even let me across the border. You know, I was hanging out with my buddy Mercules, who is a rapper from Canada, and they wouldn't even let him across the border just because of his associations. He's never been convicted of a crime, which is crazy that he's never been convicted of a crime, but they wouldn't let him across the border. They definitely, with my record, they would not let me across the border, man. It sucks because I would love to. John Bradley asked, do you go to church? I do not, my guy. I don't like involving other people in my relationship with God. My relationship with God is very personal to me. I don't push it on other people. You rarely hear me, preaching or talking about it. I do say God bless, and I do say thank God, and I do give God the credit for anything positive that I have in my life, but I keep that separated from other people. I don't like organized religion. I don't like going into a place where I have to wonder who's doing bad shit to kids. And I've never really had a positive experience with church. I have a positive experience with God, though, and that means everything to me. Dawn, do we have many prisons in America or not enough? Too many prisons in America or not enough? And can you explain the difference between a privately owned prison and government owned? So look, Dawn, this is a great question. I think really what it comes down to is that we need to stop incarcerating people that can be rehabilitated. If somebody can be rehabilitated on a nonviolent crime, they shouldn't be sitting in prison. They should be getting treatment, both for mental health, substances, life skills, whatever they need. We should be facilitating that so that they come back and don't reoffend. Now, there's people who can't be rehabilitated, and I don't think that they should be incarcerated either. I think we should put them in the fucking wood chipper. Somebody who hurts kids cannot be rehabilitated, and I think it's just a fucking wood chipper situation. Now, as far as the difference between privately owned prisons and government owned prisons, privately owned prisons still have government contracts, but they're for-profit prisons. So there's these corporations that build these prisons, and then the government will actually contract with them and say, we will keep you at 80% capacity and pay you this much per person, and you run that prison. I think it's diabolical to have a quota, because it incentivizes locking people up. As far as do we have enough prisons or not enough prisons, I think that we should be shutting down prisons and opening up treatment centers. And I think that prisons should remain open for people with truly violent crimes. But we should also have rehabilitation centers that are wood chipper oriented. So that would be my personal opinion on that. Joseph Thompson, JD 2028, big up, bro. Love you. Stuart, hey, congrats on your luck with trial. Thank you so much, my friend. I honestly am only here because I was given grace and blessings beyond what I deserve, bro. It was honestly just, people giving me love and grace and forgiveness, and I am so stoked that they saw that. Whitsmith Matters 7. Can you make a medium well steak cool again? I don't know, bro. Anything beyond medium is too much for me. I ride right at medium. Anything over that is too cooked for me. Let's see. What's your favorite preferred brand of wood chipper? I think different wood chippers work for different situations. If you need a burner wood chipper, go to Harbor Freight. If you need a wood chipper that's gonna hold up over time, get something that's more of a premier wood chipper, bro. I think that all wood chipper lives matter. Juliet, thank you so much. Huge love to you, sis. Unrested Tank, do you think that capital punishment should come back for vehicle theft? No. Seeing as how stealing a horse back when was a capital punishment. So let me explain to you why stealing a horse was capital punishment back in the day, because we had such an expanse of unpopulated places that stealing a horse could literally leave somebody in a place where they were going to die because they couldn't get to where they needed to go. These days, I don't think that car theft, I'm not trying to trivialize car theft, but I don't think that it's the same as horse theft back in the day. And I think that, car theft, while I don't think that people should not get prison time for it, even though that's what I went to prison for. And I honestly feel like I got kind of a too good of a deal. I stole 3 cars. I did 39 months. And I feel like I got a pretty sweet deal in that. That's what Oregon was handing out at the time, was 13 months for each one. But, I don't think that capital punishment is a fitting crime punishment for that. Spees, 100 chomos versus 1 gorilla. Would you be down? Oh, facts, dude. Facts. I guarantee you, homie, the gorilla has all them chomos, and you could rack up another couple hundo on that. I've very rarely seen a chomo that could fight his way out of a paper bag. Stuart said, did you say burner wood chipper? That's an option? Yeah, man. A one and done, just get you a cheap little sum that get rid of it so you don't end up getting caught with the evidence? For sure, man. Blackbeard, my niece came down to visit for the summer. It feels weird being an uncle, but I love her no matter what. And if anybody hurt her, wood chipper. Bro, that's, hey, big shout out to all of the protective uncles out there, man. Medium cooked, ain't it? Still love you, brother. You know what? That's the beautiful thing, is we all have our own preferences, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? I think that that makes it beautiful. That's more medium well steaks for you, my dude, and more medium for me. And I like all the medium steak I can get. I like a big, thick, juicy steak. Chrissy Lee, thank you so much. Speaking of people who hurt children, I've heard from several people who've been going to the trial of Diddy. A lot of them think he's going to walk because the jury seems to love him. Do you believe that? I do not. I do not. I think that they've already reached the threshold for, they've clearly reached the threshold for the transporting people across state lines for the purposes of prostitution. Now that carries like 10 in the feds as a maximum sentence. I don't think they would give him that. I believe he's facing 2 charges of that. I think he would probably get somewhere between 3 to 7 years for both of those charges. And I still think that they have a really good shot at the human trafficking. I 100% think they do. Cue Ball says the horse thief. Fair and facts, bro. Fair and facts. I'm not a car thief anymore, though. So it's not like I would end up getting capital punishment for it, but you got a point. Ronnie, did you see that Echelon Prime is talking smack? I did, man, and I pray for him to get well because he seems very unhinged and he seems very unhappy with life. And I just hope that he gets well. A lot of people get really upset when they message you and you have millions of followers and you don't have time to read everybody's messages. I try to read people's messages when I can. I try to answer comments. It's an impossibility, dog. I own multiple businesses. I have a family. I make content. I work from the time I get out of bed to the time I crawl back in it every single day, and I work 7 days a week. I don't have time for everything all the time. And there's going to be people that are unhinged and probably need to get some sort of help, which I truly hope that he gets help, who are going to take it personal when you don't answer their DMs. And that just is what it is, homie. It's unfortunate. I have no malice against the dude. Honestly, like, he seems like he's suffering. He seems like he's going through some shit. I hope he gets well. It's all love, man. Tyrion Wilkinson. JD, glad to see you totally free now with nothing hanging over your head. God truly blessed us with you, and I'm glad the judge saw that in you. Tyrion, I'm truly blessed with all of you guys, and God blessed me to still be out here to be able to hang out with you guys, man. And I love you so much. Pancho Villa. I grew up in California, but decided to come back to my country, Mexico. Hey, you know what? I think there's some gorgeous places in Mexico, and I love the U.S. I would love to visit Mexico and hang out. I might fall all the way in love with it, bro. But, if there's somewhere that's calling to you and somewhere that you feel like you would be happier, I always feel like, here's the thing. If people want to come into the U.S., I think we need to streamline that process and make it easier for people. I think it's wild how long of a drawn-out process it is for people to get citizenship. I think that we should have thorough and rigorous background checks so that we know who's here, so we're not letting in national security threats. But I also think that it's kind of ridiculous that we're doing people, and we're making people wait so long. I think that it's just too entailed. I think we need to streamline that process. I welcome anybody who comes here with good intentions and is willing to go through the legal process, because it means that they're more likely to respect our laws once they're here, living here as a citizen. And that's important to me. That's just my 2 cents, man. And I love you. I hope you're killing it down there in Mexico. I hope you're having a great time, man. Demon Zepper. Hey, JD, when you were a career criminal, did you ever do business with people from the dark web? I actually did. That's where I ended up getting, there was a website that no longer exists called Wall Street, where I would get a lot of my fraud supplies. and stuff like that. Like I had to get my ID printer. I got, ID blanks and stuff like that. I got a lot of stuff for credit cards, my credit card numbers that I got. I'm only telling you guys this on the internet because it's not something that you can do anymore because this website doesn't exist anymore on the dark web. But you could go on there and you could get credit card numbers, and I would go on there and I would get credit card numbers for pharmaceutical representatives. They were all Visa Gold or Visa Infinites. They had no location locks. So it didn't matter what state you were in and what state they were in. And, no limits on the spending. And those dudes are known for getting multiple hotels because they go out, they wine and dine doctors and, medical professionals to incentivize them to overprescribe shit that they shouldn't be prescribing. And I hate pharmaceutical companies. So I never felt bad about ripping off a pharmaceutical company, bro. So that's my story about the dark web. When you're on there, you see some wild shit. I saw human organs. I saw exotic animals. I never saw no weird kid shit. That shit was not allowed on that website. But there was some wild shit, bro. Tim Erkins. How can I get involved with catching preds? Well, the best way to do that is to talk to your local law enforcement and see if you can set up something where you're helping them with stings, man. That's really the only real way to do it where it actually makes a difference is if you're getting them off the streets where they can't hurt kids. And that's what I encourage people to do. Same type of thing that Chris Hansen does, man. Dragon KW. Fun fact, back in the day, my dad and brother almost beat my sister's ex-boyfriend's ass for why we almost beat him. Well, he hit my sister while she had their 1-year-old daughter in her arms. Sadly, he ran like a little bitch. The type of dude who would punch a female, especially a female holding a child, is definitely going to be a little bitch. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Iola, you are my hero. Oh, I love you, family. Thank you so much. Chris Green, remember the settings on wood chipper. It's like cooking, folks. Low and slow does the trick. Rusty blades preferred to maximize the damage. You are absolutely on point with that. That is a masterclass right there, my G. Thank you so much. I agree. We should streamline it, and the UK should as well. Now, that's what I'm saying. We need to streamline it and allow people to come through legally, but I don't think we should allow people that are not in our country legally to slide and ice skate, because we've seen what happens when we do that. There's just way too much going on. Yo, we've got Rev J in the house. Rev J, what's up, my brother? Great to see you. Love you, homie. The Angry Aussie said, hey, JD, big love from the land down under. Been watching your vids for a little while now. Love to help and message you. Love the help and the message you spread. Send them to the chipper. Angry Aussie, I love you, bro. And I love the homies down under, man. I wish I could come and visit. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to go. Misha said, hey, JD, are you going to Alaska for Jason's 50th? I do not believe I'm going to be able to attend, unfortunately. I wish that I could, but I've got so much going on. I will be there in heart, and I will be there in spirit. And I will be there in a gift, for sure. Fishing with Ollie. Love your channel. I did 5 on a 10 in Texas for drugs. Got out in 2015. Been sober ever since. My guy, hell yeah. Way to turn that shit around. What do you think is going on in LA right now? Riots. Violent riots. Violent riots that are bordering on terrorist activity. And it needs to be shut the fuck down. We don't need another 2020. We don't need this thing to spread to other places like Portland and New York like it did back then. It needs to be shut the fuck down. Tracy Binion. What are you going to do to get Nick Contino off social media and on a pedophile list? Well, actually, it's funny that you should mention that because I was trying to get Sheriff Grady Judd's attention on that, and then the Polk County Sheriff hit me back. I've been compiling evidence against Nick Cantino, aka Lily Tino. Just today, just right before I got on stream, actually, it's funny that you should mention it. I got my first death threat from a trans person threatening to shoot me dead. And it's over the Nick Cantino thing. And I'm going to be doing a full length about that. I'm going to show you guys the video. I'm going to show you guys my response. This person wants to be a woman, has a dirty diaper fetish, which is deeply rooted in pedophilia. So it doesn't surprise me that that type of a caliber of creature would be sticking up for Nick Cantino. But we've got some stuff coming up on that. I am 100% involved in doing everything that I can to make sure that Lily Tino is off the internet and hopefully off the streets. Yo, Surfboard's in the house. Amy Powers in the house. Yo, so much family here. I love you guys. Hell yeah. Irish Bomb Squad and Trev. Shut it down. Tired of the riots. Facts. I'm so sick of this bullshit, man. I'm so sick of this bullshit. It's crazy. Fred, U.S. Marines, what is up, my brother? JD, what's up, brother? How are you and Jax doing? Super blessed over here, man. Super cannot complain. Just super, super happy to be here. Almost went back to jail. Was expecting it. Got blessed. Got given grace and mercy. It was truly beautiful. Well, how else would someone shoot? Ew. What the fuck? Dirty diaper fetish? Jeff, felt, homie. Felt. When you see the video of them threatening me, this is a big dude, bro. This is a big old dude. Threatening me. This person also lost their first TikTok account for saying that they were going into women's restrooms, and if anybody tried to stop them, they would shoot them in the face. So they've been unhinged for quite a long time and making death threats to people for quite a long time. Very public death threats. I've got people telling me that I should press charges. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to expose them on the internet. I'm going to give them some attention. Hopefully some people will come forward and feel safe to come forward, because I believe that this person has victims. 100% do. Whitesmith Matter. Proud of your journeys, bro. You've helped me. I'm so glad to hear that. Thank you so much. I love you. Tracy Binion, thank you. No, thank you. I'm so glad that we're all in agreement on this. Look, man, I have friends that are trans and they want Lily Tino off the streets, Nick Cantino off the streets, just as much as anybody else. Because it's disgusting. It's grooming. And it crosses the border into other things, guaranteed. We just have to do the digging. I guarantee you the dirt is there. Cerebral Palsy Speaks. How you doing? Love you, family. Hey, JD, any thoughts on the Travis Decker situation? The guy who killed his kids and is on the run. That is one of the most tragic things. And as somebody who has a lot of friends who are veterans who suffer daily with PTSD, I've tried to cover it a couple times, and it just kind of hurts my heart, man. It hurts my heart. Rest in peace to those kids. Clearly, he needs prison. He needs the wood chipper. Every time I've tried to, some stories fuck with my mental health more than others. You know what I'm saying? There's some stories about shit that's happened to kids that I try to cover and I get into it and it just like opens up wounds. There's some things that I would like to cover that I either hesitate and wait until it feels okay in my piece to be able to do so. And that's one of those stories, to be honest. Dan the Repo Man. So are you completely off paper aside from your community service? Yes, dude. Yes. Congrats on everything, brother. Good to see you happy and healthy. Thank you so much, Dan. And yes, 100% I am completely off of any type of paper. And I do have the community service, but luckily I've already been working with St. Vincent de Paul doing things here and there because the director is one of my good friends. We used to smoke meth together, dog. Then he went to the feds for 10 years. He's a big dude. And he's a good dude. And he's out here making a difference in the community. You guys might remember I did the toy drive in December with St. Vincent de Paul with my friend Bill. So me and Bill are working on ways that we can do amazing things for our local community and help people. And that's something I do for just because it's what I love to do, bro. Like, I get bricked to be able to do cool shit that helps other people.
It's fun.
So honestly, this is just a huge blessing for me. And that's the only thing that I have. Mid-South Monster Official. Big fan and a juggalo and want to clear false stigma. Well, hey, man, I'm going to be real honest with you. All the sketchy stuff that I've seen had nothing to do with people that listen to the music. You know what I'm saying? And I have reserved judgment as far as talking publicly about it with that shit. As I feel like we need a little more evidence on that type of shit. So, you know, nothing but love to you, homie. I still have suspicions because of the stuff, the crazy shit that was said on Loveline and a couple other things. But I need to look more into it. And I've been so preoccupied with thinking that I was going to jail for 30 days or a year, but it's all love to you, homie. Root beer. Went to county jail for a night and morning, talked and ate breakfast with Woods, but sat at the table. I'm not going to read that part. After, how do I get even? Might go back, trial. Bro, like, look, man, just if you did the shit, bro, change your life, do things to make amends, do things to show that you have, like, legitimately made change. If you have drug issues, alcohol issues, go address those professionally. Start doing good shit in your community and do what you can do to go in and show the judge that you've made proper changes. You know, saying racial slurs and shit is not going to help your case, bro. Pierce, I got accepted into college. Yeah! Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. Whitesmith Matter. How often finger touch-ups? So look, I have done touch-ups on these. I've had them for a very long time. I've done, I think, 4 sessions and 3 sessions on the Love Wins. So, over a period of years. Hey, JD, I just Googled Lily on YouTube, found the YouTube page. Creepily enough, if you want that for evidence and stuff, just let me know. I have 100% already been up on the YouTube. I appreciate you. Thank you, my friend. Vincent Smith, thank you. Unrested Tank, wood chipper or bronze bull? Also, fun fact, there's a company by the name of Dark Horse Coffee Company, and they have several great Sheriff Grady shirts. Hell yeah. I've been super stuck on the, babe, what is that coffee company?
Well, now that you've asked me, give me 1 second.
Yeah, they actually, someone from this community sent us free coffee and got me completely hooked.
Just you?
Me and Jax are completely hooked. Blackout Coffee Company, their K-Cups. We have spent so much money on their coffee since then. They got us completely hooked. Surfboard. Hey, JD and Jax from Cocoa Beach. I hope you will cover Maddie Soto trial, that douche who molested and killed her after her 13th birthday. Thank you, brother. Yeah, man. So that one hits hard, and I have been all the way covering it so far, and I will continue to do that, man. Love you, Surfboard. Barry Dano, what is up, man? Thank you so much. Huge love to you, brother. Thank you. That is awesome. Much appreciated. Barry Dano said, hey, JD, been a while. Sorry, still dealing with my mother's passing and now have medical issues of my own. But hey, at least my feet are on the green side of the dirt. Please keep doing what you do. Prayers going around to you and what you do. Barry, you will be in our prayers as well, my friend. Thank you so much, and we love you, bro. Tori Schwartz said, ask Jax to make a skincare routine video. She's so beautiful.
Well, thank you.
She was actually, it's funny because she was actually just talking about that the other day. She was just talking about possibly doing that. I actually got some interest. I need to check that email, bro, from Ulta. Ulta wants to sponsor me.
Yeah, that's why I said it.
Ulta wants to sponsor me.
Bro, Yeah, I'll just pretend I'm you.
But bro, they have really good fragrances for men. Like they have
See,
the colognes that I like.
That's where I buy your stuff, babe. And I rack up those rewards points, and then I use those points for me to get free stuff that I want. It's great. It's a win-win.
Y'all know that I don't like to spend money on myself on expensive things if they're unnecessary. Shoes are kind of my thing that I do spend money on sometimes, but fragrances, and they last me a long time. But like, I love good colognes.
But you don't buy them for
Invictus, Fahrenheit, Aquagio. I fucks with it, bro. Scuba Dia, Sir JD, what was the first thing you ate after court? Well, we actually went and got Thai food, my man. I had a peanut Thai dish that was like noodles, chicken, vegetables, and a peanut sauce. And I also got pumpkin curry. Those are two of my favorites. I love it. Mid-South Monster Official, much love. Also, would you work with Tom McDonald? You know, I don't know, man. Like, I really fucked with Tom McDonald heavy back when he was singing about recovery and shit like that. I feel like he leaned really heavily into a different direction that almost feels kind of grifty to me, but it works for him. And he's getting money, bro. I'm not bashing the dude or anything, but I just don't know that me and him would, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's an incredible fucking rapper, dog. Like, I will not take a damn thing away from the dude. He's a fucking incredible rapper. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like some of his stuff, I'm like, this feels like you're aiming product at a certain demographic, not creating art because it's who you are. And I don't ever want to be that, dog. That's just me, though. I could be wrong. Beard on point, strawberry blonde with white highlights. Hey, Dylan, it's actually just red with gray. I appreciate you, man. I've got a lot of gray hairs, bro. Like up here too, it's hard to see because I got it shaved right now. But I've got a lot of gray hairs, bro. And honestly, I earned them. The life that I've lived and me still being alive today is such a blessing. I never thought that I was going to make it beyond 23 years old. Then I thought I'd never make it beyond 27. So to be here today and alive is super cool. Davey Dude, watches. This is a straight up G-Shock, my guy. And so is my pink one. And they were both, the pink one was actually a gift from my best friend. Big love to Jake Palfrey. This one I got for $50 off the TikTok shop. It's a purple G-Shock. So I don't really spend a lot of money on that either. Like $50-$60 is not a lot to spend on a watch. I got Chinese food. Harry, I'm jealous. It makes me hungry, bro. Hey JD, if you got paid $100,000 per back shot, how many back shots you taking? If they're from Jax, I'd take all the back shots, my guy.
I don't think that's how that works, sweetie. I don't have the proper equipment for that.
Well, then I'm not taking any back shots. I'm married. That'd be cheating. And I don't like back shots. I got a prostate exam in prison by a doctor, an Indian doctor with huge fingers, and it fucking hurt, bro. It hurt. There's 0.0% chance anything's going up my ass unnecessarily. You know what I'm saying?
Did I just miss the opportunity to make a Pegasus joke?
You certainly did, sweetie, and that's not like you. Are you well?
It's been a long few weeks.
She's always threatening to peg me. Zim the Despot.
Don't say that on the internet.
Hey JD, got a quick question. How are people who committed crimes of passion treated in prison? Are they treated like wife beaters or respected a bit? If it's against a woman or an elderly person, a child, bro, you're going to have problems. You're going to have problems. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you walked in on your wife getting just fucking reamed out by another dude and you kill them both, dudes are going to be like, I understand, but, you know, you fucked up. You killed a woman. You know what I'm saying? It also just depends on the dude with that type of situation. But woman beaters, woman killers are not. It don't matter how passionate you were. I'm sure every dude who's ever punched a woman in the face felt passionate at the time. It's not an excuse, bro. We're men. We're supposed to control ourselves. Butt Knuckles, genuinely happy you didn't end up doing time, bro. Butt Knuckles, I love you. And I love your name. It makes me smile every day. You're a ray of sunshine. No, Diddy. On this shit show of a world Also, can't say how much more respect I have for you over the Mr. Beast thing. Much respect, man. Hey, man, at the end of the day, I just need to, I need to be able to look myself in the mirror, bro. You know what I'm saying? That just is what it is. The Marines are hitting LA. Did they actually deploy them? Anybody know if they actually deployed the Marines to LA? Does Mayo itch when it dries? Irish Bomb Squad. You sexy Irish motherfucker, you. Look, I don't know, bro. I wiped, bro. I wiped because here's the thing is a lot of the times they make you do the bend over, squat, and cough. That's not, a lot of people think that means they can see up inside you and see if there's anything in you. It's not. It's a degradation thing, but what the cops are really looking for is if there's any glistening of any like lubrication on your O-ring. Nowadays, I had to go into Lynn County Jail, which is a small jail in Albany, Oregon, which is not a big city and it's not a big jail. Even they had an x-ray machine and they x-ray your whole body to make sure you don't got nothing up your poop chute. Now, Lane County Jail here in Oregon still doesn't have one, but Lane County does, which was weird to me. It was weird. It seems like it should be the other way around because Eugene is a much bigger city and we have the U of O here. They have a lot more capacity in that jail. The Angry Aussie, your vids have helped me straighten out. My dude, thank you. Recovering fun, dust addict, going on 5 months, and you've inspired me to join the local homeless support group. God bless, brother. Hope you inspire others like you did me. Angry Aussie, you have no idea how much it means to me to hear you say that. And it makes me so much more motivated to keep doing what I do and to keep pushing. Sometimes I get tired, bro. I've only had one day off since 2022. And that was the day that I hung out with Jelly Roll. He paid for us to come out there. And I was like, I'm not doing any work. I'm just going to hang out with Jelly. I'm not going to disrespect the man by looking on my phone or using it as an opportunity. Hey, Jelly, let's do a TikTok together or anything like that. But I get real tired, man. But I'm so inspired and so passionate about what I do, whether that be the recovery coaching, whether that be coming online and trying to expose a pedophile, talk about something that needs more light shed on it. Or just, try to just let you guys know that you're not alone because we're all in this together. Timothy Brock, thanks for standing with Unsub on Buffalo School Cover-Up. Born and raised in upstate New York, seeing some accountability is very relieving. Man, I will stand with those dudes on anything. I love them dudes, especially when it comes to protecting kids, man. I'm with the shits, and I love you. Thank you, brother. Perrin Weber, thank you so much, homie. Big love to you. In Scottish jails, we need to sit on a metal detector. Daniel McBride, that's crazy. That's crazy. So I speak at a lot of jails and prisons. And when I was out at one in Nashville, Tennessee, where they have work crews that go out, great place, honestly, like their programs were so on point. They're really helping people. And the warden really is inspired to help people find recovery, get their mental health worked on, have them set up with jobs before they ever leave. He tries to set people up for success. But since they have work crews going in and out, doing work in the communities, they had an x-ray machine that you sit on that just specializes in looking straight up in your lower extremities, in your lower cavities. It's crazy, some of the technology, bro. Unrested Tank, I know you've talked about Alex Terrible before, but have you heard of Phil Bozeman of Whitechapel or Ben Durr of Shadow of Intent? All fucking amazing. So Phil from Whitechapel, I absolutely know, and I've listened to Whitechapel for a long time. I haven't heard of Shadow of Intent. Thank you for putting me up on a new band. I absolutely love Alex Terrible, bro. Alex Terrible is the homie, and we're actually mutuals on Insta, and he's bro. I'm so stoked he just got married. He's about to have a kid. That new, the song that they just did, me and Jax were working out this morning, and the song they just did with Baby Metal is comical, bro. But it's so good. I'm so hooked to it. Corey Graff, what is up, homie? You gonna make videos about that dude I showed you on IG? By the way, via the link I sent today, I just need you to pick up what scent of cologne you want. Homie, I apologize. I did not get to IG to check that out, man. I really do try. Thank you for reminding me. I love you, my dog. I appreciate you. How do teenage killers get treated in prison? Well, I mean, it all depends on who you kill, homie. It all depends on who you kill. Irish Bomb Squad, my homeboy, said, tell Jelly I was the fight that shut down OSP allowing outside music from performing, and he broke that curse. That is so dope, dude. Hell yeah. Ever have beef with Native Americans? No, actually, bro. Traditionally, the Irish and the natives got along incredibly well. During the potato famine, one tribe, in fact, sent hundreds of dollars, which back then was a decent amount of money, to the Irish people to help them eat. And then during COVID, when the Native Americans were disproportionately affected by everything that was going on with COVID, the Irish sent money back here to them. Also, if you're Native American, you can qualify for a completely free ride to college in Ireland as a way of saying thank you for what the Native American people did for us back in the day. I also lived with a Native dude in prison, and a lot of the white boys didn't like that. And I was like, I don't give a fuck, bro. I'm not on what you're on. I do not care. So no, I've never had no beef with Native Americans, bro. Never really had beef with anybody because of their race, homie. I don't get down like that, bro. Like, I judge people by the content of their character and not by the color of their skin. The color of somebody's skin is the most irrelevant thing to me. Are you a good person? Do you suck? Are you respectful to me? Do we need to get the ones to adjust that attitude and see if we can figure it out afterwards? It's all about the content of character. What's the matter? Seven said, Warren Maiden, wood chipper, then electric chair. Hell yeah, my dude. Hell yeah. Megan Albright, how about a teenage killer who killed their parents? That shit is pretty much looked down on. I don't know. It just depends where you're at as to whether or not you're going to have a real bad time with it. But, you know, that shit's definitely not respected. And sometimes being a murderer will get you a certain level of respect. If it's your parents, if it's a woman, if it's an elderly person, not so much. Irish Bomb Squad said, baby shakers get it the worst in prison. Remember that one who turned up dead at OSP? The COs weren't even trying to protect that dude. Not even for a second, homeboy. Nobody never got in trouble for that shit. Woo! My pet noob, thank you so much. Blackbeard, saw your video of Tony Hawk the other day. Tony Hawk was convicted of touching and fondling a child with intent to arouse, satisfy sexual desire. How is he still alive? Wait, when did that happen? Blackbeard, I'm going to have to look that up because I've been a skater for a long time and I've never heard of that. That's crazy. Corey Graff, I'll give you my top 6 Grandpa's Oaks, Age Bourbon, Barbershop, Chattanooga Falls, Twisted Pumpkin. I fuck with anything pumpkin, bro. I'm a basic bitch. When it's fucking pumpkin season, when it hits, I'll be drinking all the pumpkin. High Seas Drifter and the Woodsman. Hell yeah, bro. Thank you so much. Like, dislike. Whatever happened with the Vince McMahon allegations? I don't know, dude. Honestly, I don't know. That's a good question, and I should look that up. Thank you for reminding me. Irish Bomb Squad said, not our politics. Big facts. Us Irish boys don't get involved in that stupid-ass racist shit, bro. Yo, what good, Jailbird? You know you sound like a fucking boomer when you say Jailbird, right? Like, I don't know if that's something they say over in Canada or if, like, what? Over in the States, bro, we would think you were a fucking gooner if you said that in person, bro. That's a fucking weird thing to say. Try saying convict or something like that. Like, even if you're trying to diss me, it's lame as fuck, dog. Like, it's just stupid. Just here to roast. Man, them Bigfoot videos are awesome. Look, man, I got off meth and got on Bigfoot videos, to be honest with you, dog. The second those started dropping, I was like, damn! I watch every single one of them. And if they're really good, I share them with you guys. Because I'm a nerd, and I love Bigfoot. Jax is actually getting a Sam Squanch Bigfoot tattoo on her shin. It's going to be called Shin Squanch.
Yeah, right under the kneegle, which is right under the triceratops.
Dan the Repo Man. I also wanted to ask the vape prohibition, how the vape prohibition was going. You inspired me to quit. I haven't vaped since about a week after you quit. Man, I have not touched a vape. I don't even think about vapes no more, and I'm so happy you're on this journey with me, brother. We gonna kill that thing, man. Huge love and respect to you, Dan. Hell yeah. Unrested Tank. For Shadow of Intent, I recommend either The Gathering of All, featuring Alexander Shikoli, Alex Terrible. The Hectic Prevails, Where the Millions Have Come to Die, featuring Phil Bozeman, and Feeding the Meat Grinder. Bro, thank you so much for the recommendation. I appreciate it, man. Love you, bro. Unrested Tank said Feeding the Meat Grinder featuring Corpse Grinder. Hell yeah, bro. That's what's up, man. Irish Bomb Squad said natives were already repressed when the Irish landed in New York. Facts. Let's see. Not the same Tony Hawk. Thank God. Thank God. I was hoping somebody would say something like that, man. Thank God. I'm still going to look into it, but I think we'd all know if skater Tony Hawk caught charges for being a fucking weirdo, bro. Corey Graff. Vince says he's not going to poop on any... Vince McMahon said he's not going to poop on any more women. I would hope the fuck not, bro. Joey Elkins, please share our GoFundMe for Injustice. I'm sorry, bro. I don't share GoFundMes for people that I don't know, and I don't personally get to see where the money is going and everything, because if I do that and I get people from my community to donate to something and it ends up being foul, it represents poorly on me. And I know that it's probably 100% virtuous, but I've been involved in a situation where I thought I was doing something good before and it blew up in my face. And I don't ask my community for money, homie. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. Just here to roast. This is hilarious, brother. Keep it up, man. It's funny. I like it so much better when it's a dude telling me to keep it up than when it's a girl telling me to keep it up. Zing! That was a dad joke about boners. Woo! That wasn't funny. I know. Jax gave me this look like, you're dumb. Do you still collab Alaskan about Avenger? I don't know what that means, dude. Do I still collab with the Alaskan Avenger? Yeah, we were just FaceTiming the other day. That's my brother, bro. I love the Alaskan Avenger. Jason is good people. And in fact, I'm going to be jumping off here in just a minute because the Alaskan Avenger is going live right now. So is our good friend Trial Junkies United. So if you want to do something after we're done here, please feel free to go over and see the Alaskan Avenger or Trial Junkies United. My pet noob. Hey man, I did 6 years in prison, so I get what it's like. How do you feel about the cartel enjoying the U.S. military action? Me, I think it's about time. I'm 100% with it, bro. I've watched so many fucking people in this country. Children, women, young men, people all across the spectrum die from fentanyl. I'm 100% fucking, we need to stop it, bro. By whatever means necessary. Jonathan Heath, I quit smoking cigarettes 14 months ago. 2 months ago, I found out I'm type 2 diabetic. How do you stay away from your addictions when time is tough? I'm struggling after today. I'm still nicotine free. Well, I promise you, Jonathan, there is nothing in your life that you can't make worse by going back to your addiction. Especially health problems, going back to smoking. Brother, you're doing so good. Just stay the course, man. Never lose sight of why you quit. And never lose sight of how fucking miserable it was going through withdrawals from nicotine, homie. You know what I'm saying? I believe in you. You've got this. Hey, I had a friend that thinks CP people can be rehabilitated, recalibrated, and this friend works with kids as a church. Should I be concerned? 1,000%, dude. 1,000%. And I'm just going to tell you right now, a lot of people at church, and that's part of the reason that I have a problem with I don't go to churches, is a lot of people that go to church think that Jesus can heal you from being a child predator, and I disagree 100%. I 100% disagree. Blackbeard said, oh, I messed up and it was the wrong Tony Hawk. My mistake. No, homie, I'm so glad that you were wrong. And it's cool. I'm wrong all the time. I mean that with the most love and respect, dog. I just didn't want to think of Tony Hawk like that. Too many of my childhood heroes turned out to be weirdos already. We can't lose Tony Hawk, G. You know what I'm saying? I love you guys, man. Let's all go say what's up to the Alaskan Avenger. Until the next one, this week is ours. Let's go and own it. Nothing but blessings and love. One love, baby. Be good or be good at it.